Good afternoon. Let's take a look at three of our top stories and how they've developed this lunchtime. My colleagues Pule Letshwiti-Jones, Siphamandla Goke are standing by for us. We've also got Aviwe Mtila, who'll be joining us a little later on. Now, the big story today and for the foreseeable future would seem is the poor state of our electricity supply. We'll speak to Aviwe, as I said, about that in a moment. But first, we begin in the capital, that's the city of Tshwane, where members of the policing union Popcru are marching on the union buildings. They're protesting over a range of issues, including low wages and poor working conditions. And let's go to our reporter, Pule Letshwiti-Jones now, who is in the city of Tshwane covering this story for us. Pule, just give us an update on how developments have been so far. Have they arrived at the union buildings?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, the mood is actually charged up. And earlier on, I did tell you that I would be speaking to some of the members of the unions as well. But thank you very much. You are marching today. How is this significant for you? How do you feel?
I'm right, man. Yeah. Right. I want to just say I come back on nothing. I feel police for no so to say right. Imali into esifuna mfowethu ukuthi silalelwe ukulalelwa akuyeke ukuthi mekhushiwe into singalalelwa yabo silalelwe ukulalelwa kuphela cabanga nje mina ngisuke KZN ngizohamba la ngoba akulalelwa lalela
Thank you very much. Let me speak to the president of COSATU, Solosi. Thank you very much for joining us now. You're in solidarity, obviously, with Popcru. What are some of the things that you feel as though have been ignored for some time by government?
Look, firstly, we want to indeed give our support to Popcru as a federation, but also importantly is the issues that have led Popcru to be where we are today on the streets. Remember, Popcru is organizing South African police, it's organizing officers at the DCS, it also organizes traffic officers. And these are the public servants who are deemed essential in our country. When there were riots in KZN and in Gauteng, you needed officers in blue uniform to come in. When others were arrested, you needed correctional services officers to be ready to receive them at the correctional offices. Now we are saying, when they demand 10%, it cannot be equated to the 3% that the ministers have received, or those that are in public office. Remember, the 3% of the president's salary, you can equate it to 20%, even 20% more than the 10% that is being demanded. So, and also for them, they are saying it's 3% backdated years back, and workers are saying 10% backdated in April. How can that be difficult when the government says the security cluster in our country is very, very crucial? When the borders are pouring and you expect officers who are public servants to be able to man those borders, to fight criminals in our country, to maintain law and order, and then you say to them that, wait a minute, we hear what you are saying, but look, government has no money. There are austerity measures that we are implementing. On whose interest are those austerity measures being implemented? We are here to support Popcru to say that essential workers who are deemed essential services, they must be treated equally so for them to be able to receive the salaries that they deserve, the working conditions. Look, the population in this country is growing. It is growing because people are coming into South Africa for better opportunities. It is growing because we are building families. But if you look at the ratio of a police officers versus the communities that they are servicing, it is porous. You cannot sustain and maintain law and order when you have less of those that are supposed to be maintaining law and order, and you have a population that is rising. You need to fix those issues in order for this country to move forward.
Do you think there's some sort of reluctance whatsoever from government officials to actually listen to the plight and, of course, the demands of the workers here on the ground?
The fact that we're here today, it shows that reluctance. It shows to those that are sitting at the negotiation table that they are not negotiating in good faith. It shows that the principles that they are reporting to are not taking workers in this country seriously, particularly public sector workers.
Zingiswa, President of COSATU, joining us this afternoon, just highlighting some of those challenges there which workers are expressing on the ground today. They're still marching to the union buildings. We're just about 10 minutes away from where we're currently going, but as you've heard, Masiko, the demands are still quite clear. They've rejected a 3% fare that was put on the table, of course, by the Public Servicing Sector Coordinating Bargaining Council, which workers believe they should get about 10%. So those are just some of the issues that are on the ground, and we'll be expecting someone from the President's office to collect and receive the memo from the Popcru union. We're expecting at least either Mongi Gungubele in the presidency or a DG as well in the presidency to actually get this memo, which will speak to the demands of the workers on the ground.
All right, Pule Letshwiti-Jones in the city of Tshwane. Let's go.